Undead. King.
Hello there guys, and of course, welcome back into yet another one of us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron. It's just me today on this very hyped and of course requested pre-workout review on the none other than
Dark Labs. Crack. Undead. King.
Now, you've probably been living under a rock if you've not heard about this one, guys. Everyone's been talking about it. The hype is real. It's popping up almost on the hourly basis over on our Reddit channel. It's been requested for our Instagram DMs to get this one done for you. It's got a stacked label. It looks deathly scary. That's the honest truth going into this one. If you're a beginner, I recommend just swap to another channel right now. All of the usuals we're going to be covering. So it's the taste, the price, label, and of course, the effects in the real world. There's a lot of hype out there. But is it going to come to fruition in today's review? We'll keep it 100% honest, as we always do. And all we ask in return is, please, guys, do like this very video. Do comment any thoughts you have down below. But do not also forget to subscribe for free, honest reviews per the week. Let's not keep you waiting. Let's get into this scary one. So, first segment, guys, taste and mixability. Probably least important, but we cover it anyway, because you can get really good pre-workouts out there that also taste good. It's not something that has to be sacrificed. From what I'm hearing, it doesn't taste fantastic, but I'm keeping a very open mind, and I am aware of what's inside the pre-workout as well. So, it comes in just one flavour, which is a flavour we historically like. It's sour gummy, which is depicted on the front right there. You probably won't zoom in, but we never know. So it is one scoop weighing 15 grams. I can tell you guys, please weigh your scoops, but a flat one gets you that serving size on the batch number we have at the very least. But always weigh scoops when it concerns pre-workouts, and even more so when we're playing around with the powerful ones. So in she goes. It does smell like I don't know, a gummy chemical. I don't know. It just smells a bit funny in the air. But let's do this. One of those uncoloured ones. So they're quite hard to tell mixability in these shakers. I mean, I can see bits at the bottom. I can see bits at the bottom. I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen better though. Give it another remix. I mean, mixability. I mean, at the end, just go like that and neck it back, didn't you? Anyway, sour, gummy, going down the hatch. Wish me luck. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. No denying that. I mean, it's not unbearable, but it's not as bad as I personally think of the Flame. But it does have a nasty chemical taste. There is a gummy-like flavour trying to come through. Like a gummy apple. Not really that sour. There's a bit of sweetness there, but I can't deny it. There's a bitter, medicinal, nasty aftertaste. There's no denying that. So I've used this before. You've got to have freezing cold water and as little as water as manageable. So I honestly recommend 100 ml, 150 ml, which is like what? 4 to 6 ounces of water, like low volume. Even then, I'm between a 3 and a 4 out of 10. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a 4 out of 10, but it's not nice. It's just about doable. You'll neck it and you'll get on down to the gym. It's probably the least important. Let's move into the price point. So we're into the price point of this product, guys. It's always been a touchy subject as to where to get it, because We know there's been faked Dark Labs pre-workout powders around the world. Where do we recommend to get it? There's 2 places. There are some other real ones, and no offense to them, but primarily there's 2 real distributors of this. The official Dark Labs website, which is the one we're going off on in terms of the price point today, but also on Dark Labs website, they have their trusted brands or their trusted distributors, and they have Gym Sanctuary on there as well. So gymsanctuary.com. They've also got all the Dark Labs products there, and they're real. The advantage of both of those websites is the code RB10 works on both of those, and they knock off obviously 10% of the products. This one is still expensive. No getting around it. The hype's there, the label's there, and from all accounts so far, the effects are also there. So you do have to pay more for your Lamborghini Ferrari. It's one of those scenarios. Anyway, I digress a little. With that code, you'll be able to get your hands on this for £58.16. Now, I'm going to flush the dollars up down below. Now, when you do the math, you get 25 servings per the container, all right? It will cost you £2.32 per serving. It's expensive, no doubt, and that's even with our discount code. And in fact, on our consistent pricing scale, it comes in at a 1.5 out of 10. Whereas a 5 out of 10 is average. So it's a lot more expensive than average. We're not denying that, never going to deny that. And that's what I like about our pre-workout pricing scale, is there's no bend in the rules. It just tells you black and white what's what. And this is a 1.5 today. That's the truth. But let's get into the label and then, of course, the effects. We are into the packed label of Undead King, and as I mentioned, 15 grams per the serving, 25 grams per the container. We start off with a citrulline malate of a 2-to-1 ratio, 6 grams. So you're going to be getting around 4 grams of citrulline for nitric oxide production and the pump in the gym, and it does help get some of these ingredients around the body. We've got beta-alanine at the clinical 3.2 grams for the beta tingle, paresthesia, itchy type feeling, and of course can help with endurance once you've taken it for a long enough period of time. Agmatine sulfate, similar to the citrulline, up an extra 1 gram for more nitric oxide production and more pump. We then have beta-phenylethylamine, 750 milligrams. Now that's a PEA derivative. It's going to give you focus, it's going to give you a bit of energy, concentration and laser-like tunnel vision. It's really going to get you dialed in on the session. We've got alpha GPC next, which is very similar, a choline type to help neuron connectivity, waking up the brain, and again, getting you in the zone, focused on what you need to get done. We have N-acetyl L-tyrosine at a low dose, 500 milligrams. Would like to have seen that doubled in absolute truth, but it's going to work with those 2 aforementioned ingredients for more focus and cognitive ability. We have Aurea durensis up next at none other than 500 milligrams, which is up there with the highest we've ever seen for mood elevation, some stimulatory effect, some focus benefits. You know, really good ingredient. We have 2-aminoheptane up next at 350 milligrams. Now that's DMHA, a potent and powerful stimulant that's going to really get you dialed in. We're really going heavy on the focus and euphoria type ingredients in this product so far. We have caffeine anhydrous next, and caffeine citrate at 300 and 225 milligrams. Now that's going to yield a very solid amount of caffeine. Caffeine citrate hits fast, digests, gives you an instant source of, you know, adrenaline fueled energy, and caffeine anhydrous is going to really work throughout the training session for keeping that heart rate up and energy levels high. We've got halostachine up next, 150, fat burning with of course dopamine release, mood elevation as a side note, but there for energy and stimulation again. We have 4-aminomethylpentane HCl at a nice dose of 150 milligrams. Now that, my friends, is DMBA, which is like an AMP citrate type style feeling ingredient to give you more potent adrenaline energy, hard hitting, focus through the roof, heart rate through the roof, stimulation. It's a slapper. Haven't seen that around for some time. We've got hordenine up next and naringin up next at 50 milligrams and 25 milligrams for more fat burning effects, similar to the halosachai, and some digestive property behind the naringin. But of course, we're there for the energy, the sweat, the thermogenic feel, the energy, you know, fat metabolization. Is potent stuff when it combines. And then we got up next the black pepper fruit extract, aka black pepper, 10 milligrams. That's just in there for your digestion. Very important in a pre-workout, I believe, because you've got that 30-minute window to get shit moving. And we wrap off the label with none other than our old friend alpha yohimbine at a dosage of 1.75 milligrams, which is about sweet spot for myself and Craig. Any more, it gets too strong, too much adrenaline, too much heart rate, too much fat burn, too much sweat, coldness, ill sweats, jitters. But at that dosage, it should give you everything you want in terms of energy, fat burning, adrenaline, jitters. That's a stacked label, guys. It is heavily pushing towards stimulation and euphoria and focus. It's going to be one hell of a ride, guys. Put your seatbelts on. Let's get into the effects. We're there, guys. We are into the effects. In the real world of this stuff, it's crack Undead King. The latest pre-workout iteration from the guys, of course, at Dark Labs. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this video, if you've not heard of Dark Labs or you've not heard of this pre-workout and you're in the pre-workout, you know, world, then you've been living under a rock. Everyone and their dog is asking about this pre-workout. And we're going to be 100% honest today. Let's get started. So, beta-alanine, the ingredient in the pre-workout, if you feel it, like it's normally the first thing you'll feel in a pre-workout. I didn't really feel it in this one. But I really think that's because of a couple of reasons. One, well, the main reason is the fact that the pre-workout kicks you fast. The caffeine citrate and the DMBA hit you like a truck. Bearing in mind, I'm going to talk about my experience on a full scoop, a 3/4 scoop and a half scoop. So on a full scoop, guys, I'm here not to play games. I'm here to be honest with you. It's too strong. It is way too strong for me at the very least. If you are a stim junkie god, then you may be able to handle it. But I can promise you now, for 99% of people out there, a full scoop is too much. It makes me feel sick. It makes me feel nauseous. It makes me feel a bit weak. The energy is up so high. The heart rate is up. It detracts from my training session. That's the honest truth. I leave it down to your discretion. If you want the strongest pre-workout available on the market right now, this is absolutely 100% up there with we're talking like the top 3, if not the top 1. It is seriously, seriously strong. But of course, strength in pre-workouts doesn't always equal fantastic training sessions. And that's where, on a full scoop, it is too much for me. I just get too high, too euphoric to focus on training. Heart rate, it just makes me feel a bit ill. It's too much. Now, on a half a scoop, that is where, for me personally, it absolutely sings and dances. A very, very noticeable mood elevation for me. I felt happy on it. I felt good. The training was just flowing smoothly, jamming to the music in the headphones. You know, it was a really good session on half a scoop. Not too much. It was getting there. It's still a very strong pre-workout, even on half a scoop, guys. That's how much that full scoop wrecks you. 3/4 scoop is a bit too much again. It's kind of like, it's in between. Quite obviously, it's in between the two results. Probably a bit too much. Appetite suppression as well. You will not feel hungry. You will feel it for hours and hours and hours and hours after using it. I even feel it the next day, guys, on a full scoop. Really, I do. And even into the day after that, in the morning, I just feel like, my
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
system's resetting. It really does take a toll on you. By no stretch can we call this healthy. By no stretch can we push it on beginners, intermediates. I'd even struggle to push it on advanced users at full scoop. Stim junkie extremists only with the most experience going. Because this is crazy strong. Like I say, a half scoop for me is sweet spot, and that's where the money side of things plays into it, because I'll therefore get 40 servings out of it. It'll be like £1.60 a go. It'll be a lot more affordable for a lot of people out there. And like I say, it's still no slouch on half scoop. It still gets me in a really nice place. Pumps, okay. They don't, it's a pre-workout that actually doesn't hinder my pumps, which is nice. A lot of people say obviously stims detract from pumps, especially when you're getting into the DMHAs, DMBAs, area welds. But no, pumps were still good on it. I couldn't say that it really aided the pumps, but I still got a nice pump on, so no worries to be had there. Focus and energy are the standouts. It really is fantastic pre-workout. On a half scoop, it gets 10 out of 10 for me. Obviously, I have to start going down in score as I get up to that full score, because for me personally, it's too strong. That being said, it does get a 10 out of 10 for ultimate power, strength, and stim junkie aura. You know, it is crazy stuff. I would recommend it, but please use maximum caution. That is very, very important. If you're after the strongest, it's right here. So not much more can be said. Yeah, it still feels good. Dialed in, laser-like vision, pupils dilating. It feels illegal. Let that sink in. Guys, appreciate you watching at home. Be careful on this one. And as always, of course, stay stimmed. And this will really take you all the way.